My name is Anna, and I used to work at a small marketing company in my city. I was good at my job, or at least I thought I was. I was organized, always on time, and dedicated to helping our clients. But there was one thing I struggled with every day: my English. I knew a few words, sure, but speaking and writing fluently, not really. I hoped it wouldn't matter, but deep down, I knew it might. One afternoon, my boss called me into his office. As I entered, I noticed his expression. It was serious, almost sad. "Anna," he began, looking at me with sympathy. "You've been a hard worker here, and we value that. But recently, many of our clients have become English speakers, and we need someone who can communicate with them well. I'm really sorry, but we have to let you go." His words felt like a slap. My throat tightened, and I barely managed to hold back my tears as I thanked him and left the office. I felt embarrassed and defeated, and I wondered if I would ever find a job again. That evening, I met my best friend, Marcos. Marcos and I had known each other since high school, and he was always there to cheer me up. When he saw me, his smile faded and concern filled his eyes. "What happened, Anna? You look sad," he said softly. "I lost my job today," I replied, trying to hold back the tears. "They said it's because I don't speak English well enough. Maybe they're right. Maybe I should just give up and find something else." But Marcos shook his head. "No, Anna, don't say that. You're smart and you're talented. You just need to learn English. It's not too late." I sighed and shrugged. "But learning a new language, it's hard, Marcos. I don't know if I can do it." "Everything is hard at first," he said with a reassuring smile. "But if you practice a little each day, I know you'll get there. Think of the opportunities that will open up if you speak English. New jobs, new friends, and who knows, maybe even a chance to travel." His words sparked something inside me. Maybe, just maybe, he was right. What if this was my chance to grow, to be more than what I was? The next day, I decided to give it a try. I signed up for an English class at a nearby school. The first few classes were challenging. I felt like a child learning to speak again. I stumbled over words, mixed up phrases, and felt silly when I made mistakes. But Marcos was there to encourage me. Every evening we practiced English together. He even helped me practice vocabulary, asking me questions and pushing me to speak, even when I felt embarrassed. Over the next few months, I made small but steady progress. I started to understand more words, and I could even write simple sentences. I listened to English songs and watched movies with subtitles, trying to pick up on the language. Bit by bit, I felt my confidence growing. One morning, as I was browsing job ads online, I saw a position at a big international company. It seemed like a dream job, a place where I could use my marketing skills and hopefully my newly improved English. I hesitated but decided to apply. I took a deep breath, crafted a simple but confident email, and sent it off with my resume attached. A few days later, I got a response. I had an interview. I was nervous and excited. This was a real chance to prove myself. The day of the interview finally arrived. As I walked into the company's large, bright office, I felt both awe and anxiety. I was greeted by a woman who led me to a meeting room. There, I met Mr. Johnson, the interviewer, who greeted me with a warm smile. "Welcome, Anna. Thank you for coming in today," he said, his voice friendly but professional. "For this position, we have 3 tests to help us understand your skills, especially your English. Don't worry, we'll take it step by step." I took a deep breath and nodded, trying to stay calm. I was ready to give it my best. Test 1. Speaking. Mr. Johnson explained that the first test was all about speaking. I had to introduce myself, talk about my past work, and share why I wanted this job. It sounded simple, but speaking English in a formal setting felt intimidating. I began, taking care to speak slowly and clearly. "Hello, my name is Anna. I have 3 years of experience in marketing. In my last job, I worked with different clients to help them reach new audiences. I enjoy coming up with creative ideas and seeing projects grow. I pause now and then to think, but I tried my best not to let nerves take over." Mr. Johnson listened carefully, nodding as I spoke. I was almost done when he asked, "Anna, why do you think learning English is important?" I paused, choosing my words. "Learning English. It has made me feel more confident. It allows me to speak to more people, to understand different cultures. I think it opens new doors, and I believe it will help me do my job better in a global company." Mr. Johnson smiled, and I felt a little more at ease. "Thank you, Anna. That was a wonderful answer." Test 2. Writing. The second test was a writing exercise. Mr. Johnson handed me a computer and explained, "Imagine you need to write an email to a client about a new project. Make it clear and professional." I sat down, my hands slightly shaky, and began typing. "Dear Mr. Smith," I wrote carefully, "I hope you are well. I am writing to introduce a new marketing project we have developed for your company. The goal is to increase your online presence and attract more customers." As I wrote, I remembered to keep the sentences simple. After a few minutes, I finished with, "We would love to discuss this project with you. Please let us know a convenient time for a meeting." When I handed the email to Mr. Johnson, he read it and nodded approvingly. "Very professional, Anna. Nicely done." Test 3. Listening. The final test was the hardest. Mr. Johnson explained that he would play an audio clip, and I needed to listen carefully. Afterward, he would ask questions about what I heard. I put on the headphones, and a voice began to speak. The speaker talked about a new marketing strategy, mentioning important details like the target audience, budget, and timeline. The clip was short, but it was packed with information. I focused hard, repeating the key points in my mind. When the audio ended, Mr. Johnson looked at me and asked, "Anna, can you tell me the main points of the strategy?" I took a deep breath and replied, "The strategy focuses on reaching young adults. They want to use social media and online ads to increase brand awareness, and the budget is set for 6 months." As I spoke, I saw Mr. Johnson nodding, and I felt my confidence grow. When I finished, he smiled warmly. "Well done, Anna. You understood everything very clearly." After the tests, Mr. Johnson looked at me with a kind expression. "Anna, you did an excellent job today. Your English has improved a lot, and you handled each test with confidence and grace. We would be honored to have you on our team." I could hardly believe it. After months of hard work, self-doubt, and countless hours of study, it was all paying off. I thanked Mr. Johnson and left the office with my heart bursting with happiness. Later, I met up with Marcos to share the good news. "Marcos, I got the job," I shouted as soon as I saw him. Marcos grinned and hugged me. "I knew you could do it, Anna. You didn't give up, and look where it brought you." From then on, I embraced every challenge at my new job. I met people from around the world, learned something new each day, and felt a sense of belonging. Whenever a problem arose, I reminded myself of the journey that had brought me here, and I knew I could face anything. And now, whenever I see someone struggling, I share my story. I tell them, never give up. Every little step you take today will lead you to a brighter tomorrow.
If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, make sure you don't miss our next video. We have an exciting and engaging topic lined up to help you practice your listening skills. Click here to watch it and keep improving your English.